Hello and welcome to Light of Jophiel. Today we are picking from the Bowls of Destiny again to see what our topic is from Spirit. So, what do we have here? How do I restore my hope for my future? That's the topic. And then in this bowl I have different pieces of paper with collective reading or pick a card. So, we have here, we have collective. So let me clear these bowls away, get the decks out, and I'll be back. Okay, my loves, I have actually cleared the bowls off, and I forgot to mention what that last bowl was for, so I apologize. So if we'd received out of the second bowl a slip of paper that said pick a card, the last bowl was for how many piles were going to be in that pick a card, but we didn't need it since this is a collective reading. So anyway, I apologize for not explaining all of that if you've not seen a previous video where I had explained it all. So I've cleared all that away, I've gotten decks out, and I've gone ahead and actually pre-chosen some cards, and I've already looked at them because I felt this was like a very serious topic here, and I wanted to just have some time to sit with the energy and with the message that's coming across here. So I have a couple of piles over here that I asked about the past, right? What the past energy, what had happened in the past. With this first pile, I mean, I'm seeing this as you, once upon a time, happy, dancing, reminds me of kind of like childlike, just happiness, playing. I don't think this is necessarily something that happened when you were a child, but definitely could be. I really have the feeling more of like this might have been in a relationship, but this could also be something that happened to you when you were a child, and maybe something with a parent or something along those lines. But for some reason, I'm mainly seeing this as, for some of you, I guess maybe for the majority of you, this may be in a relationship, but this definitely could be something from childhood. Or it could be from a past life as well. So since this is a collective reading, I won't narrow it down because it could be different for everyone. At any rate, I'm saying you're happy here. Everything's great and wonderful. And then I feel like suddenly something happened. We have the Five of Jophiel here. This is the Five of Cups. And this is about grief and disappointment. It says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. This card can also be betrayal. And it can signify a broken heart. And I definitely see betrayal when I look at the Seven of Swords here in connection with what happened. Because this is about betrayal and deception. It can even be like getting away with something. So if this is not something that's happened to you, then this reading is not going to be for you. But I have other readings that you can check out. But this is definitely what I'm seeing here. So if this is not resonating with you, then don't try and make it fit. There are other readings that you can go to. But if this is what has happened to you in the past, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that you went through this, that you felt betrayed, or that something happened that broke your heart. I am seeing here, so set boundaries. So it might have, something might have happened, right? That someone crossed boundaries. Definitely here, maybe with the betrayal. And it caused a painful ending. That's what the Ten of Swords is about. It's a painful ending. And with the King of Raphael here, which is the King of Cups, this is what's making me think for the majority of you, this is going to be about a love relationship of some kind. It doesn't have to be love. It could be even a friend, but or like I said, maybe a parent. But I have a feeling that for the majority, this has to do with a love relationship. Take it as it resonates. So I'm seeing this as the past energy, what has happened. This just helps me to understand the rest of this message, okay? So I asked about your current energy. The good news is I am seeing that you are ready to move on from this. You're struggling to let go of what's happened. Don't get me wrong, but you are feeling a want to move forward and find someone, or try again, or allow people in, whatever the case may be. With this Knight card, it says light attributes: loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. I'm not even going to read the shadow attributes. To me, this is like, hey, I want love. I want to allow love in. We've got Jupiter here, which is about expansion and growth. I think you're ready to move on from the past and to grow from that, and to open up and allow people in and be receptive to love. This is the Empress card. She is the divine feminine. She is receptive. I'm feeling a heart opening here. Open heart to be receptive to allowing love back into your life. Another thing I kind of see with the Empress card, on the shadow side, this can mean like a need for self-love. And when people have done us a certain way in the past, we can fool ourselves. And it's really, although it sounds strange, a way of our ego protecting ourselves. But we can fool ourselves into thinking that, you know, because these things happened to us in the past, that maybe we're not worthy of love. I'm feeling that here because I'm like about to start crying. So maybe that's what has happened for you then, especially because I'm feeling it so strongly. You know, even if this did not happen when you were a child, we always have our inner child. And when we are hurt, it can hurt our inner child. And I'm feeling that there's a need here to heal your inner child, to build that part of you back up again. The part of you that feels like you're not worthy. Maybe that you're not worthy of love because if somebody did that to you in the past, maybe, you know, we try to make sense of it, right? Maybe I'm the reason. Maybe I'm not worthy of love. Maybe there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you, honey. There's nothing wrong with you. What happened in the past is a reflection of the other person. And maybe it was meant to happen in your life because you were meant to grow from this. I'm a firm believer. You can believe what you want, but believing this too, learning this and believing it has helped me in my life. That when certain things have happened to me in my past, knowing that before I came and was born here on earth, I knew the gist of what I was supposed to do, like the lessons I was supposed to learn, and I agreed to that before I came here to earth, before I was born. So there's certain things in our life that our soul, our spirit wants to grow through. And, you know, this could be one of the things that you agreed to before you came down here. That kind of helps to take the victim mentality out of it. And if you have a victim mentality about it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's completely understandable. But you don't have to stay there, right? So that feeling of, I'm not worthy, there's something wrong with me, I'm unlovable. That is a little bit of a victim mentality. And again, it's part of your ego trying to protect yourself so that you don't get involved with anyone else again. You don't allow someone in so you can't get hurt again, okay? And that served you at one time, but that's no longer serving you, and it's time to let that go. And there's some healing that needs to occur as part of that, right? And I actually haven't even gotten to the advice yet, and I'm already telling you these things, but just seeing this girl here, she's so happy, she's dancing, and I feel like that girl just got completely deflated, okay? Woman, child, however, whenever it happened, male, female, however it happened. But I am seeing that underneath it all, you are ready to be receptive again. But in order to fully be receptive, you have to know that you are worthy of love. And you have to work on your own self-love and loving who you are, every part of you. And with the Six of Cups here, this is you moving on from the past. And this is forgiving the people that betrayed you in the past and forgiving yourself for allowing you to be betrayed and hurt. This is about letting people in. But this is your current energy. This is what you're wanting, okay? And that's wonderful. That's growth in itself. That is growth. And I love that for you. And I'm so happy that this is your current space, because it does allow us to move on to what could be, right? Because if you continued to stay in this Five of Cups, this grieving, this disappointment, this crying over what has happened, then you can't be in your Empress mode here and allow new things to come in. So I'm so proud of you. I feel very emotional saying that. You should be proud of yourself to getting to this spot. Okay, we're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to get myself under control here. I'm an empath, okay? So it's just part of the job here. Okay. This is all of your advice that I pulled for you. I want to read this card before we show the other ones. So this is the meaning in the middle. Memento mori. Life, presence, depth. And this is number 22 here. Actually, I want to look up what is the meaning of the number 22. Okay, I looked it up and I loved what I saw. This is thoughts and intentions lining up with your desires. And that's what we're doing here, right? Currently, you are wanting to allow things in again. Mentally, because of the things that have happened in your past, you kind of struggled. This is merging the two in a beautiful balance and harmony so that you can get in line for the thing that you're wanting. So that in itself, number 22, love it. So let's look it up. I want to read it to you. Life, meaning, presence, depth. Oh, and then we have 222 also. I consciously live a meaningful and enriched life. Are you feeling, living, creating, and loving others deeply lately? You are being called to gain more perspective and presence, to enrich your existence and live your life like a living prayer. To marvel at ordinary things, tiny miracles all around you, and you are one of them. I love that. If we could truly grasp this, many moments would expand with bliss. We would be stunned by the moss in a forest or the way our coffee cup feels warm in our hands. Looking in the mirror, we would drop to our knees in tears of gratitude, fascinated by the fact that we are human, an ancient soul, on this gorgeous planet within the cosmos, we would be awestruck that we exist with this complex and curious consciousness. This card can also be a positive omen that a lively and vital new energy is coming or already has. It brings excitement, creativity, realizations, passion, and the miraculous. Invite the fullness of it in. It doesn't need to be perfect or planned. In the medieval period, Latin philosophers came up with the phrase memento mori, meaning remember that you die. A memento mori is something that serves to remind us of the impermanence of life. This idea was created to wake us up to the miracle of existence and to inspire us, to gently remind us that one day, la mariposa de la muerte, the butterfly of death, will softly land upon our shoulders. It is natural to have a fear of the unknown, but it is the duality of life and death that makes this meaningful. Too much time creates numbness. No time at all creates a void. We need both. What if we could make peace with them? What we would feel more alive than ever before. And then has like a manifestation enhancer. Take time to open your heart to the magic of your existence. Practice presence and gratitude for this experience, the mess, the magic, and the mundane. Think, thank you. Open up. Remember how precious this is. I'm seeing a call here for, which I believe you've already moved out of this energy here, this disappointment, this grief. I mean, I think mentally it's still kind of there to kind of hold you back, to protect you from this occurring again. But this is calling you out of this energy, right? And to see more of like the good in life that can occur rather than what has happened in the past. In other words, you know, your mind, your ego is like, oh, maybe I shouldn't trust that person because you know what happened last time or whatever. This is seeing the possibility in life. This is being grateful for things. So it's like shifting your mental focus on all the bad things that could happen and may have happened in the past. So because it's happened in the past, it's definitely going to happen in the future. You know, it's like your mind is like trying to find ways to prove to you that this might happen again. This is shifting from that mentally to believing the good things in life, looking for the good things in life, because when you look for the good things in life, you'll find them. If you look for the negative and the bad things, you're going to find those as well. So it's like, what are you focusing on here? This is shifting mentally from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. And I see this specifically in relationships, okay? And this is also about you as well. Looking at the good things about you, which is part of self-love, okay? So, and two, being in the moment, living for the moment, because we're not here on this earth for a long time. And so this is making the most of every moment. Do you want to continue to stay in the state? I know you don't, because I can see your current energy. So this is making the conscious shift to this and doing the work to move from this past trauma that's happened. Okay, let's move on. Further advice. Flow with a rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. Look at these people. Look at them. They're dancing. This is reminding me of how you used to be. Living for the moment. Choosing joy. Expressing yourself fully, not keeping yourself bottled up and hiding yourself because you're afraid of getting hurt, and being your true authentic self. This is being free, being in flow, which is what the Empress is about as well. I love this. So this is your advice. Flow with the rhythm and accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So another part of healing is just accepting what happened. It happened. Accept it. This is rather than staying in disbelief, or I can't believe this person did this to me, or why did this happen to me, or you know, the victim, again, the victim mentality part. And we've all been there. I've been there. Gosh, I've been there. It's part of it. It's part of it. So when I say that to you, there's nothing for you to feel shame about. Let go of shame. Let go of that. it's part of it. It's part of the healing process. Now that you're self-aware of it, you can let go of that, right? So accepting what has happened. And I think that, oh, sorry, my light just died. I apologize. But I feel like accepting what happened has to happen in order for you to let it go, right? So it's, again, part of the healing process. And we have Saturn here with boundaries. This is trusting yourself, knowing that you've been through what you've been through and you know better now. And you know how to set your boundaries because of what you've been through. And you're not going to allow this to happen again. This is trusting yourself. Yeah, this is the Queen of Pentacles here. Reminded me, I pulled these cards later, but I have this connected here with the, oh, and with this as well, the healing. So part of allowing yourself to move on is to heal from the past, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is a healer. You can heal yourself. And she's a queen, right? She's grounded. She's grounded. She's not going to let people cross her boundaries. But more than anything, this is obviously what's needed, to let go of what's happened in the past. And part of that is accepting what happened. Part of it could be maybe you've not allowed yourself to truly feel all the feelings of what happened in the past. If you have, then this part doesn't resonate and you don't need to take the advice of this part. But if you've not truly gone through all of the feelings of everything that happened, you have to feel those feelings in order to let things go. Otherwise, it's just still underneath the surface there, festering, and can rise up at any moment and set you back on this journey of allowing people in. So some of this healing can happen by journaling about what happened and your thoughts and getting all that on paper. It could be imagining speaking to that person. I'm not saying go to that person, but I'm saying in your mind, see that person standing there and saying all the things that you want to say to them. It could be writing everything down on a piece of paper and then burning that piece of paper to let it go. It could be taking all the feelings that you felt, all the thoughts you've thought, putting them mentally in a box, kicking that box off your planet, never to be seen again. And the other part of this is, which I believe later I did see in one of these cards, and if I did, we'll talk about it again, is forgiving. Forgiving yourself and forgiving, or maybe we've already seen it, I don't remember, but forgiving yourself and forgiving that other person. And forgiving that other person is not for them, that's for you. That is for your healing here. So beautiful, beautiful energies, healing, boundaries, trusting yourself that you're not going to allow this to happen again because you know better now. We have the 8 of Gabriel. When I pulled this card, I didn't necessarily get the traditional meaning of this card, but I mainly got that you need to make a decision that this is what you want to do. Do you want to allow people in? And you need to stick with that decision and you need to go for it. This is what I got from this card, even though that's not necessarily the traditional meaning of the card. I got determination, and I got that you've chosen a particular path for yourself, that you're going to allow people in, and that's what you need to stick with. Knowing that you're trusting yourself, that you know how to spot red flags now, and you know how to set boundaries, and you know who to allow in and who you shouldn't allow in. That's what I got from that card. We have the Knight of Gabriel. I love this. Confident. Enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic about letting people in. This is being courageous. Because it can be scary, right? The reason why you haven't allowed people in is because out of fear. But once you heal and you begin to have self-love and know your self-worth and trust people, and believe me, if you fully know your self-worth, it will be easy for you to set boundaries. And I say this in every video, and I haven't said it yet, but let me just tell you, if you don't know how to work on your self-love and you don't know how to work on your self-worth and confidence, affirmations, I cannot recommend them enough. There are plenty of affirmation videos on YouTube. I recommend listening to them immediately, the moment you wake up in the morning, and repeating those affirmations out loud to yourself, believing them to be true. I highly recommend doing them, actually, even when you are exercising. And I recommend doing them before you go to bed. This takes some work. This healing process takes some work. But if you want to allow people in and you want to truly live your life, then it's well worth the effort and the work. Okay. Another thing you could do is overnight listen to affirmations as well. And I've done that plenty. They make, I don't even know what they're called, like headphones, so to speak, but they're in a wrap that you can, almost like a headband or something that goes around your head, and it's smooth, so you can listen to them all night. It doesn't affect your sleeping. So I highly recommend those things just in general. Affirmations when you wake up, go to bed, when you exercise, and overnight while you're sleeping. But anyway, it's time to take action. Great passion for a cause. You are worthy of having the passion to, this is great passion for a cause. You are the cause. You are worthy of the cause. And I feel like this is just Spirit saying, just be confident. Go after the thing you want. And be courageous. Yeah. Okay. We have the 5 of Aries here. This is about lack. This is like a negative mindset. And this is just Spirit reminding you that if you have negative thoughts, then that's what you're bringing in. You're creating self-fulfilling prophecies of these negative thoughts that you're thinking. So whatever you think is going to create reality. Change your thoughts, change your life. If you feel that you're not worthy of love, then guess what? That's what you're going to receive. If you feel you're worthy of love, if you feel that you can have a beautiful, harmonious, happy relationship with friendship, family, and family doesn't have to be blood. With friendship, family, or love relationship, then you can have those things. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. That's a quote from Henry Ford, and that's one of my favorite quotes. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups here. I don't know, my cards aren't exactly looking all beautiful and in alignment, but as long as you're getting the message, to me, that's all that really matters. The Knight of Cups is a classic romantic, a passionate soul. This is about seeking connection and being in love with the idea of love. It's safe to do this now. It's safe to be in the Knight of Cups energy. This is being open to love, and this is your advice from Spirit. And finally, we got the World card here as part of your advice. This is a new level of consciousness. This is being healed, letting go of what happened in the past, ending that cycle, and being rebirthed into this confident, courageous, going after what you want, allowing love in, believing that you can have the thing that you want, looking at the positive side of you and life, trusting yourself that this is the rebirth here. This is joy, this is completeness, this is wholeness. This is happy endings. And my love, it's in your hands. You can have the thing that you want. It's really up to you, and you're changing your thoughts. And once you start working on changing your thoughts, you'll change how you feel. And then I asked Spirit what energy you should channel throughout this process. And we got the Judgment card here. New beginnings, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Maybe this is part of that forgiving. You get forgive and let go, okay? This is being self-aware. This is being self-aware of your thoughts during this process, because healing is a process, and you're not just going to immediately think new thoughts and then you're done with those old ones. They're going to reappear. And this is about being self-aware of. A great way to know what you're thinking is how are you feeling. So if you're feeling something not good, like sadness or worry or fear, what was the thought you just thought? And then replacing that thought with the truth and something positive. This is no longer hiding, but this is taking the mask off to be your true authentic self and express yourself in your true beautiful authentic form, knowing that, again, you are worthy. This is letting go of self-doubt. And this is also letting go of the past. And letting go of you denying yourself and incoming people of the experience of your true beautiful nature and essence. I love this. This is you. This is what I want you to channel. Knowing that this is possible, starting a new life, because change your thoughts, change your life. And it does take some work, but you know what? As I said before, you are worthy. Know that you are worthy. I believe in you. I love you. And I know other people are going to love you too. You just have to open up and show them who you really are. Trust yourself that you know where to set your boundaries. Believe and know your self-worth. Because if you do that, you're not going to have any problem with setting boundaries. And you're not going to allow certain things to happen in your life. Trust yourself. Love yourself. You are worthy. I hope that this message was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading.